Hi, I'm Shelly J. Miller. Welcome to my site. I made this video because I wanted you to get a feel for what it's like to get a reading with me, and also why people get a reading. I'm an intuitive counselor. I'm a psychic. I'm also a medium, which means that I connect you with your guides and your loved ones, family members and friends who have passed on. I read the Akashic Records, and that gives you past life information that sometimes is influencing your life that you're living right now, also can affect probable future lives. So that's kind of interesting, can be important sometimes. I have a knowledge of spiritual law, and what's important about that when I'm guiding you is that the universe really does work on a set of laws and principles. And when you're aware of that and you can use those and begin to follow those, you will line up with your divine plan. That is what is coming to you. That's what's yours by divine right. You'll line up so much more smoothly. You'll really be able to manifest the desires of your heart.
Okay.
Everyone has a divine plan that's stored in the divine mind, which is also called the world of perfect ideas. It's also called the superconscious mind, Holy Spirit, your higher self, or your God self. And what it is the superconscious mind is outside of time-space. So it actually has all the answers to whatever answer you will ever be looking for, plus it has the right answer for the good of all concerned. So you want to go from the spiritual mind. When you do that, the divine plan of your life, that which is yours by divine right, lines up, and it's called the four corners of life. So that means your perfect health, your perfect wealth, your perfect love, and perfect self-expression. You know, one of the hallmarks of getting a reading with me is that I do read from the superconscious mind. And you can come to me for any reason at all. You can ask any question. The door is completely wide open. You could ask about personal issues, relationships of any kind, be it a love interest or family, children and grandchildren. You can ask about your business or your career, your health, travel, relocating, finding your purpose. Anything is really fair game. Also, if you have a hurt or an issue or something that you need to let go of that you haven't found peace with, we can look at that. Psychic, mediumship, and all of my skills are available to help you come to a place of healing. You know, you may also want to, in the course of a reading, come to find out more about your awakening, which is the path of enlightenment. That's where you really find the inner peace that you're looking for and the place of unconditional love for yourself and each other. That's where the Course in Miracles comes in. I counsel a lot from the Course in Miracles because what you're looking for when you come for a reading is answers, but you're really looking for happiness and peace of mind. Let me say a word about mediumship. It's one of my favorite things to do. People come to me often to connect with their loved ones and family and friends and their guides too, who have crossed over and are living in another dimension. A reading with family and friends on the other side is just so profound because they really have an expanded view of your life. It's kind of amazing. And they bring so much insight and help, and they do it in such a way that's very, very deeply personal to you, and it's validating so that you know with certainty that you're being heard and you're being answered by them. I always love mediumship readings. They're profound and they're surprising and they're really touching. They're very moving. You know, another way that I use my skills is to show you where you are blocking, where your blocks are, to keep you from manifesting your divine plan. And it's really valuable because do you ever wonder why you just keep bringing to yourself the same kinds of people, the same kinds of events or circumstances into your life, and you don't know why? And it's because you're playing out thoughts and beliefs on your subconscious level. It's also called the soul level, what's referred to as soul. It's like a record, and it plays your thoughts and beliefs that you've logged in, and you don't even really consciously know where you got these thoughts and beliefs, but they do shape your perception of yourself and the world around you and your relationships. So what I'm able to do with my skills is that I'm able to actually hear the thoughts and beliefs of not only you, but people that you're involved with, whether it's personal relationships or business. And the reason that's valuable is because I can say, well, you may come to me and say, I'm not happy in my work, and so I'm wondering if you can get a vision on what it is I'm supposed to be doing. And I will look in and I'll say, at the age of 3, your father, you picked up from your father that by way of either conversation and I'll be able to tell exactly what it is, that he did not believe that you could live your dream. And because he just had a workaday job and he thought that's the way it had to be, and that's what he taught you your whole life. Then in the same reading, your grandfather may show up in spirit and say, when you were 3, you were working with a certain kind of toy or whatever, and you were thinking thoughts of being an engineer because as a child you come through pretty much knowing what you're here to do, and then you forget about it when our conditioning, makes us forget. So then the grandfather will say, and then at the age of 12, you made a life change altering decision and it looked like this. So then I will be able to add in where you need to go is over here. This is the job that's coming for you. This is how you change your belief system and let that go so that it doesn't create resistance anymore. And then you can line up again, as I said, with your divine plan. It's very valuable. This is incredible. This being able to read the energy dynamic, what's hidden, and the higher vibrations, the subtle energy, because I can show you how to come from a place of love and compassion to make really good choices in relationships, whether it's personal or business. It's important to know what your intention is, what the other person's intention is, what the lessons are, what your opportunities are, what the obstacles are, and how to get around it. So I'm able to provide you that skill, and see, that way you can move forward in life because you don't just cycle back over the same lessons all the time. That's something that I'm really, really skilled at, and I'd love to share that with you. Connecting with the spiritual realm or the superconscious level is just amazing because really when you get the hang of it and when you get dialed into what is really going on, when you get a higher view, it sort of becomes like a magic carpet ride in that you find that you are more attuned to synchronicities that are happening, to guidance that it's happening. You may be able to tune in more to your intuition, and I'm really good at pointing people in the direction to learning how that wee small voice can become louder against the din of the world. And you'll feel guided and you'll feel loved. You will start to notice that you are being guided, and there's a tremendous amount of comfort in that. Readings are really profound because honestly, whether it's business or personal, they save you time and energy and money and heartache. They just always do, and there's always a surprise. It's always a win-win. Special note to business people, I can read your business, your profession, or your corporation as an energetic entity. So all the things that I've told you apply to your business as well. And it's pretty profound because you want to see who you're doing business with, where your heart is, where their heart is, and where the win-win is there. After a reading with me, you will feel empowered, you'll have clarity, you'll have the peace of mind that you were looking for, and you'll have a game plan or a plan of action to go forward with in a positive direction. I counsel business people, scientists, creative people, husbands and wives, children and grandchildren just like you. I've illuminated corporate visions. I have brought through inventions. I've brought through book titles and content. And I've done my share of helping to heal a lot of relationships. I was born with my gifts intact, and I've been reading for nearly 30 years. My readings are done primarily on the phone, and to book, you can go to shellyjmiller.com. That's my website, shellyjmiller.com, and do go to the contact page. There's a submission form there. Please fill out your name, your phone, and your email, and make sure that you've spelled it correctly so that I can get in touch with you. If you prefer to call me on the phone, I'd love to hear from you. My number is 949 949-237-2960, 949-237-2960. You know, I read strictly on vibration, so it's not necessary for you to be sitting in front of me. I can dial you in energetically wherever you are in the world. It does not matter. Reading is the same. And that way you're in the comfort of your own space, you're relaxed, there's no stress, there's no travel. It works really well. I might also mention that I do group readings in person or on the phone. And if we do a group reading on the phone, for instance, I've had a lot of people who live in different parts of the country and they want to connect with members of their family who have passed on in spirit. And say an aunt lives in Indiana and somebody else lives in the Northwest, and there are 4 or 5 of you or more. Then we go on the conference call and I bring your loved ones in, we record it, and then I send the email recording to every single one of you in the group. That works really well. We can also do those in person. You can book a 30-minute reading, an hour reading, or you can go for a 90-minute reading, which is longer, but it's a deeper dive. It's like peeling an onion, or sometimes it just takes that long to get the entire amount of information that you really need to go forward. So we can also intuit that together when we talk together about how long you'd like to book, unless you really have it firmly in your mind. Psychic and mediumship readings are wonderful for group events. Weddings, engagement parties, bachelorette parties, girls' night out, birthday parties, any kind of family gathering, bridal and baby showers. They're just wonderful. I do read at corporate parties and events. I read at social clubs, yacht clubs, business mixers, and I do a lot of fundraisers. We can do short individual readings, or we can make it a group event. Everybody loves to get their questions answered by a psychic or to connect with their loved ones in spirit by a medium. So they're very popular. Even at the holiday times, it's a wonderful time to mix with spirit, although any time of year is a great time to have a psychic and mediumship event. I hope that you'll contact me on my website or contact me directly by phone. I look forward to making your next individual reading or your event a wonderful and deeply memorable experience. All my love.